Meta has admitted that Mark Zuckerberg's virtual legs on show during its online event this week weren't quite the real deal. At the annual Connect conference on Tuesday, the Meta CEO appeared as a cartoonish digital version of himself to announce new products and features. He said avatars in Horizon Worlds, the firm's virtual social app, would be getting legs soon, and demonstrated his own virtual pair by jumping up and down. But Meta has since admitted that the demo featured animations created from motion capture. Motion capture involves using sensors to record a person's movements in real life, and translating them into computer-animated images. The legs that Zuckerberg's avatar demonstrated in the video demo may therefore be more lifelike than legs in the metaverse. Horizon Worlds, released by Meta on December 9, is a gaming app that allows users in the US and Canada to gather with others, play games and build their own virtual worlds. Users have to be at least 18 years old and have the proper equipment, a Quest 2 virtual reality (VR) headset. Horizon World first announced in 2019 and launched last year in beta. An early tester of Meta's Horizon Worlds metaverse app said her avatar was virtually groped by a stranger. To enable this preview of what's to come, the segment featured animations created from motion capture, Meta told Ian Hamilton, editor of Upload VR. Early avatar models introduced by Meta, as well as Microsoft, have been ridiculed for appearing as legless, waist-up bodies floating around the virtual environments. Meta has therefore been focused on bringing legs to avatars within the metaverse. Although the firm's CEO said doing so is hard. There's one more feature coming soon that's probably the most requested feature on our roadmap. Legs, Zuckerberg said during the presentation. I think everyone has been waiting for this. But seriously, legs are hard. Which is why other virtual reality systems don't have them either. Meta will be bringing full-body avatars, complete with legs, to Horizon Worlds first, then to Meta's other products, he said. Horizon Worlds was released by Meta in December last year, and allows users to gather with others, play games and build their own virtual worlds. It's an early step in Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg's ambition to transform the platform into a metaverse, a collective virtual shared space featuring avatars of real people. The biggest announcement from Connect on Tuesday was the launch of the Meta Quest Pro VR headset, targeted at professionals in creative fields.